Complete attention now. There is no point looking at your neighbor's sheet. Complete attention. We try to understand things in a way that opens the door for a lot more. Alright? So while we have only 10 words in front of us, if you pay attention, many more will be automatically clear to you. Because most of these are interrelated. In fact, everything is interrelated. And it will be great when you are able to figure that out on your own. Hence, we start with the fundamentals. So, how do we begin? Well, let's just think of something, anything. Just think of anything. Anything means anything. Alright, sufficient time, we have already thought of something. What is common between all the thoughts and any of the thoughts that any of us just had? What is common between them? Positive thinking. Go to the basics. Look at them very, very sharply, very intelligently. You just thought of something, right? You just thought of something. Just thought of something. What was your thought about? Laughter is good. You'll have enough moments for that. But right now, go very, very deeply into it. Yes. What was that thought about?
So, sessional exams.
Sessional exams. So that examination. Now that examination, what is that? When you say exam, what arises in the mind? Now, all that arises as a result of something. When you say exam, something else happens. You are not examining the process very closely, very minutely. The moment you say exam, isn't it so that either a sight, an image, or a sound, or any kind of sensation necessarily arises in the mind? When you say exam, it has a certain relationship to particular memory, right? Does anything arise in your mind if I say a very meaningless word that is not related to your past? For example, if I just say ADY, does this arouse any sensation? It doesn't. But EXAM leads to a certain kind of sensation. There is a particular image. There is a particular image in the mind. And that image has a certain name, has a certain form. Has a certain name, has a certain form. Are you getting it? Not only does it have a certain name and a certain form, it also has a certain time associated with it. कि वो image कहाँ की है, कब की है. If you look at it directly, you will find that every thought that we have is in time and space. Is in time and space. It is in space in the sense that it has a certain form, and all forms exist in space. And all forms exist in space. And it is in time means that it happened at some time. Where we said that every word has a connotation to memory. Memory belongs to past, and past is time. Somewhere in the past, at some time in the past, right? What is common amongst all our thoughts is that every thought is about something that is in space and time. That is in space and time. Alright, just write this down. We need to relate these together just like axioms of mathematics. every thought is about something in space and time. Now I challenge you to think of anything which is not in space and time. Now think of anything which is not in space and time. Try. Try whether you can do it. The challenge is think of anything which is not in space and time. Try doing it. Right? Even the most abstract of your thoughts will necessarily be in these two dimensions. कोई भी कर पा रहा है क्या? कुछ भी ऐसा सोच पा रहे हैं जो स्पेस में ना हो और जो टाइम से बाहर हो?
God. God.
God. The moment you say God, what is the image that comes to your mind? टेम्पल. टेम्पल कहाँ पर है? टेम्पल का कुछ शेप है? वो शेप कहाँ है? कहाँ है? और वो टेम्पल कभी देखा था? कब देखा था? टाइम. आगे स्पेस टाइम दोनों. Anything else?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
When you say nothing, again, think of this nothing. What is that nothing?
Sir, we can't think of nothing because we are nothing.
Then you aren't thinking of nothing. I said think of something.
Sir, if it comes in mind, that's why it is a thought. And it is nothing, that's why it doesn't relate to
If
time.
it doesn't come in the mind, how come you are speaking of it?
Sir, I am speaking, that's why it is a thought.
If it is a thought,
Yes.
then what is it about?
Sir, it is nothing.
Even when you say nothing, what is it that comes to your mind?
Nothing.
What is your, alright, what do you call as nothing? When do you know that
Sir,
something?
you don't know that thought is nothing. That thought is not.
Then how are you calling it nothing?
That's
You
not-
see, for me to call something as anything, will you start calling this nothing?
No.
Will you call this nothing? Will you call this nothing? Pay attention. That means that there is a particular something that you call as nothing. If I know, for example, that this is not nothing, if I also know that this is not nothing, if I also know that this is not nothing, then for sure I have some idea of what I am calling as nothing. Are you getting it?
Yes, yes.
If I know, for example, that he is not Ramesh, he is not Ramesh, he is not Ramesh, does this not prove that I have some idea of who is Ramesh? Otherwise, how can I say that he is not Ramesh, he is not Ramesh, he is not Ramesh?
If we have idea that who are they?
Are you understanding this first of all?
No, sir.
What's your name?
Sir, Shubham.
Shubham. Sit, Shubham. If I can say that you are not Shubhangi, if I can say that you are not Shubhangi, then for sure I have some idea about both Shubhangi and Shubham. Otherwise it is impossible for me to declare that he is not Ramesh. अगर मुझे रमेश का बिल्कुल भी पता ना हो तो फिर तो रमेश कोई भी हो सकता है ना. बात समझ में आ रही है? अगर मैं बिल्कुल भी ना जानता हूं कि रमेश कौन है तो फिर तो ये भी रमेश हो सकता है और ये भी रमेश हो सकता है. All probabilities are open. If I can say that this is not nothing, if I can say that this is not nothing, then for sure I have an image of what nothing is. Is this clear? What is that image? Most of you, when you are asked to think of nothingness, will think of probably vast empty space.
5D plane.
Or a 5D plane, whatever. Something will come into the mind. And whatever will come into the mind will necessarily be in time and space. Whatever will come into the mind, even if it's a vast empty space, dark or well lit or whatever, it's a law of the mind that it is coming into the mind. Whatever fancy name you want to associate with it, whatever fancy name you want to associate with it, will always be in time and in space. You may give lots of names to it. बड़ी दिक्कत हो जाती है. किसी ने गॉड बोला, गॉड को ही तो निराकार भी बोलते हैं, which is very close to the word that he tried to use. Nothing. निर्गुण, निराकार, पर ये सब जैसे ही आप बोलते हो वहां भी गड़बड़ हो जाती है, क्योंकि आप कुछ तो बोल रहे हो और कुछ बोलते ही कोई इमेज आ जाती है जो स्पेस टाइम में होगी ही होगी। Right, good. We'll look into that. You couldn't relate because what we will go into that. Write down the next statement.
Sir, so we can say that I do not exist in space and time.
I
do not exist in space and time.
I do not exist in space and time. What is this I that you're talking about?
Sir, we can say that space and time exist in me, in I. But
where did you read that?
Sir, in your page.
Take correctly.
Present situation.
We'll come to that. It will take some time. What you're talking of is a little bit ahead, huh? Right now. Entities that exist in space and time are called objects. Or objects are entities that exist in space and time. As far as man goes, the instrument that he uses for perception, is called brain. Right? The instrument that is used to perceive is called brain. In fact, even to say that man uses brain to perceive is not fully correct. Actually, brain uses itself to perceive. There is no other force that is using the brain. The brain is the instrument that perceives all objects. The brain is the instrument that perceives all objects. Right? Then write down. The brain itself is a material object. The brain itself is a material object. Next. All material object is susceptible to distortion by external forces. All material object is susceptible to distortion by external forces. For example, I pick this up and I take this page. This is a material object to be seen, and I bend this and I bend this, right? Now, howsoever hard I may try, it will be very difficult for this page to totally beget its earlier configuration. Are you getting it? This is what is called the plasticity of material. The plasticity. That once it undergoes a particular experience, a permanent deformation sets in. The experience is temporary, but the stain on the material is permanent. Now, there is, for example, an iron rod. You take the iron rod and you bend it. The bending may be temporary, but even after you have released the bend, does it resume its original shape? No. Such is the human brain also, because the human brain is also material. Once it undergoes an experience, even after the experience is over, finished, the human brain is not really finished with it. It retains a little bit of that experience. It doesn't retain everything. जैसे एक स्पॉन्ज होता है, उसको आप प्रेस करो और छोड़ दो तो क्या होता है? वापस आ जाता है। एक रबर बैंड होता है, उसको लेके आप छोड़ दो तो क्या होता है? सही बात तो ये है कि हर मटेरियल कुछ हद तक वापस आता है। वी ऑल नो कि अगर आप एक रबर बैंड को ले और उसे 1000 बार ऐसे ऐसे करके छोड़ेगा तो उसमें भी परमानेंट डिफॉर्मेशन आ जाएगा। वी नो दैट, राइट? वी ऑल्सो नो दैट एन आयरन रॉड, इफ यू बेंड इट जस्ट अ लिटिल एंड रिलीज इट, व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल आल्सो गेट बैक टू इट्स ओरिजिनल शेप। ठीक है, तो कुछ हद तक वापस आ जाता है, लेकिन कुछ निशान उस पर छूट जाते हैं। ठीक है, कुछ निशान उस पर छूट जाते हैं। और ये जो बात हो रही है ये पूरी मटेरियली वैलिड है, in the sense that even as I am speaking to you, your brain cells right now are undergoing a change. आप एक बात बताओ मुझे, एक हार्ड डिस्क होती है, उसमें आप कुछ भी स्टोर कर रहे हो। Any CS students here?
No, sir.
Okay, but you anyway understand. एक हार्ड डिस्क होती है, उसमें आप कुछ स्टोर कर रहे हो, तो आपको क्या लगता है हार्ड डिस्क के भीतर क्या हो रहा है, कैसे स्टोर कर ले रहा है? हाँ, उसमें एग्जैक्टली क्या हो रहा है?
Magnetic dipoles को
Do we understand that there is some kind of permanent change that is happening within? एक हार्ड डिस्क है, उसमें पहले एक फाइल सेव्ड नहीं है, उसके बाद आपने उसमें एक फाइल सेव कर दी, पहले और अब में वो हार्ड डिस्क सेम नहीं है, उसके भीतर कुछ परमानेंट चेंज आ गया है। ये बात समझ रहे हैं आप? और यू कैन कॉल इट सेमी परमानेंट बिकॉज द चेंज कैन बी रिमूव्ड, so let's just call it semi permanent, but the change has occurred. Do we understand this much? Similarly, when you are going through any experience, your brain cells keep changing. Is that interesting or not? Now just visualize that even when we are sitting here, even as our friend says something to us in our ears, even as we are listening, even as we are doing something is happening in the brain is registering it. There is an automatic process here which deletes lot of our experiences. सुबह से अभी तक आपके साथ जो कुछ हुआ है वो सब आपको याद भी नहीं होगा, और साल भर पहले क्या हुआ है वो तो काफी कुछ याद नहीं होगा. So there is a lot of it which is removed from here, but there is a lot of it which becomes a permanent mark on the brain. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? So our brains, because of their material nature, they are always under influence from the environment. And environment includes what? Environment includes birds that are coming to your ears, sights that you are seeing, anything that you are eating. Any sensory input is environment. Are you getting it? Any sensory input is called environment. And the brain is at every moment undergoing changes due to the environment. अब आपने बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज करनी है 15-16, उसमें बार बार आपके सामने एक शब्द आता होगा, माइंड. आता है? माइंड माइंड माइंड, ये सारी बात होती रहती है. नाउ प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस, दैट द मटेरियल थिंग इज ब्रेन. मटेरियल थिंग इज ब्रेन. माइंड इज एन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट. माइंड एक कॉन्सेप्ट है, ठीक है ना. आप अगर ह्यूमन बॉडी में पूछें कि माइंड कहां पर है तो कोई फिगर आउट नहीं कर सकता. अगर आप पूछें कि पूरी दुनिया में मुझे कहीं से माइंड ला के दिखा दो किसी का, तो कोई नहीं ला सकता. ला सकता है भाई? आपने ये तो सुना होगा किसी को ब्रेन ट्यूमर हो गया या ब्रेन कैंसर हो गया, किसी को ये भी सुना है कि माइंड कैंसर हो गया? क्योंकि माइंड जो है वो माइंड में ही एग्जिस्ट करता है. माइंड एक कॉन्सेप्ट है, एक थॉट है. माइंड क्या है देखिएगा, माइंड इज ब्रेन coupled with intelligence. You could write mind is equal to brain plus intelligence. Mind is equal to brain plus intelligence. ठीक है. अब एक जबरदस्त चीज होती है जिससे ह्यूमन बीइंग का फॉर्मेशन होता है. What is that? Had we been totally material, then we would have been just like a computer hard disk, a robo, or like this fan. ये पूरी तरह मटेरियल है, right? It has no intelligence. It will work in a very efficient and orderly way, but it will never what? On its own मतलब
अपने आप से
अपने आप में क्या? मैं कहता हूँ बहुत एक एडवांस रोबो भी बनाया जा सकता है. Let's take a situation 100 years from today or 500 years from today. An extremely advanced advanced machine has been constructed. It is so advanced that it can make sense of everything that is going around it. All kinds of data available to humankind have been fed into it. जैसे आपको भूख लगती है, उसके भीतर भी सेंसर्स हैं, उसकी बैटरी कब लो हो रही है, उसको जैसे ही पता चलेगा बैटरी लो हो रही है, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली सेंस अराउंड कि पास में ही सबसे ज्यादा पावर पॉइंट कौन सा है, खुद ही जाएगा। जैसे आप खाना खाने लगते हो, वो अपना सॉकेट लेगा, फिक्स कर लेगा, अपने आप को चार्ज भी कर लेगा। वो सब कुछ जो आप करते हो, उठना बैठना चलना, वो सब वो कर रहा हो। इतना ही नहीं, जैसे हम मर जाते हैं 100 साल में या 60 साल में, वैसे ही उसके भीतर भी एक इनबिल्ट मैकेनिज्म हो, सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्टिव, कि जब आपके ऑर्गन्स में फ्रिक्शन ज्यादा होने लग जाए, जब आपके मटेरियल में फटीग फैक्टर आ जाए, तो उसके बाद आप अपने आप एक्सप्लोड कर जाओगे, सेल्फ एक्सप्लोडिंग मैकेनिज्म। ये सब कुछ हो उसमें, ठीक वैसे ही जैसे एक आम आदमी की जिंदगी होती है, वैसे ही उसकी भी हो। हमारी हाइट बढ़ती है, हमारा शरीर बदलता है, ये उसमें हो सकता है। That will also keep gaining material. All right? फिर भी उस रोबो में और आदमी में एक अंतर होगा। और क्या अंतर होगा? Maybe it is very creative. You already have software that can write software. You already have software in the market that can write further software. And even today, human beings are depending so much upon machines to innovate.
Sir, emotions, intelligence, or managing more than we have.
Emotions क्या होते हैं? Emotions तो होते हैं thoughts. Emotions thoughts होते हैं, ठीक है ना? सारे thought past से आते हैं.
The part of thought.
No, they are not part of thought. Let's have some clarity on it. क्योंकि ये बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि एक मशीन के पास इमोशन नहीं होंगे, जज्बात नहीं होंगे। ये बात थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ है, क्योंकि हम इमोशंस को समझ नहीं रहे हैं। You see, if I tell you right now that something bad has happened at your home, you are likely to feel a particular emotion. It could be of worry, concern, sadness, something, right? Now, how did this emotion occur? First of all, there was this thought कि कुछ हो गया है। वो थॉट कहाँ से आया? मैंने तुम्हारे दिमाग में एक थॉट डाला, ठीक है ना? और वो थॉट किसके बारे में था? घर के बारे में, जिसके बारे में वो अपने पास्ट से रिलेटेड हो, जिसके बारे में वो अपने पास्ट से रिलेटेड हो। मैं तुमसे अगर कुछ बोलूं कि फाकाशुई में कुछ हो गया है, तो तुम्हें कोई इमोशन आता है?
I don't know what is happening.
You don't know what is happening. Don't know मतलब मेरे पास्ट से मुझे नहीं पता है। पास्ट मतलब जो तुम्हें फीड किया गया डेटा, जो तुमने अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस के द्वारा बाहर से एब्जॉर्ब किया डेटा, उस डेटा से रिलेटेड तुम्हारे पास एक और कुछ डेटा आता है, उसका रिस्पांस जब बॉडी महसूस करने लगती है तो उसको तुम इमोशन बोलते हो। इमोशन बोलते हो, राइट? एंड व्हाट यू कॉल एज इमोशन? टिल द टाइम इज ओनली अ थॉट, यू डू नॉट कॉल इट इमोशन, बट द मोमेंट you start feeling something on your cheek and your eyes become a little wet and your body starts shivering और टेम्परेचर थोड़ा बढ़ने लगता है, तो तुम कहते हो कि बंदा इमोशनल हो रहा है। एक बंदा जो सिर्फ सोच रहा है और एक बंदा जो इमोशन में चला गया है, उनमें तुम अंतर कैसे करते हो? ऐसे ही करते हो ना? तुम्हारे घर में मान लो कुछ हो गया, समथिंग ऐसा है, अगर उसको पता चले तो फॉर हर इट विल बी ओनली अ थॉट, फॉर यू द थॉट विल बी अ लिटिल मोर इंटेंस। The result of that intensity will be seen on your body. Emotion is nothing but the impact of thought upon the body, and all thought comes from the past. All thought is nothing but programming that has been fed into you. And if that programming is not fed into you, then you will not have the thought also. If that programming is not there, you will also not have thought. Are you getting it? तो वो इमोशन वाली बात है, वो बेसिकली थॉट है, जो कि प्रोग्रामिंग है और वो कंप्यूटर की भी की जा सकती है। So this logic that a computer will not feel emotional, which is to say that it cannot have thoughts, is not entirely correct. There is something else which is the difference between a robo, that particular robo, most advanced robo, and us. What is that?
Sir, or intelligence or judgment? Or
What do you mean by intelligence? Don't shoot too many words at once. Intelligence and judgment are poles apart. What do you mean by intelligence?
the robot have intelligence is nothing but
क्या है इंटेलिजेंस? क्या है जो तुम दावा कर रहे हो कि तुम्हारे पास है उसके पास नहीं है? वो क्या चीज है?
by experiencing it and
एक्सपीरियंस इज पास्ट। पास्ट में तुम्हारे पीछे जो डेटा फीड किया जा रहा है, क्या वो इंटेलिजेंस है या इंफॉर्मेशन है? इधर इंटेलिजेंस और इंफॉर्मेशन, Intelligence for sure is something else. What is intelligence? What is this intelligence that you claim that you have, but the robot cannot have? Even the most advanced robot cannot have. What is this intelligence?
Response.
So to use the past information in a correct way.
Can I simply say that howsoever advanced the robot is, it can never go beyond its programming. It can never go beyond its programming. Or in other words, it can never understand what is happening to it. It can never understand what is happening to it. Let me ask you this. This fan rotates in a very efficient way. But does it have any understanding of what electromagnetism is? Faraday's law, Coulomb's law, Ampere's law, does it have any idea of any of that? But it will be very efficient. Does it understand how much is its moment of inertia about its shaft, the center? Does it understand? Does it understand why its angular velocity is set in such fashion? आप 1 पे उसको सेट करते हो रेगुलेटर को, तो इसकी एंगुलर वेलोसिटी कितनी है, 3 पे ओमेगा इतना क्यों हो जाता है, कैसे पता है? But it's a very obedient slave. It's a very obedient slave. You getting it? It can never understand what is happening with it. Similarly, the robot can never understand what is happening with it. This understanding as to what is happening here, why the hell am I behaving this way? Why? That can never happen. And that is what is called as intelligence. This understanding, not following of programming, not following of orders, not following of material nature. This is what is called as intelligence. So we have written down that mind is brain plus intelligence. We are also seeing that brain has a totally what kind of nature? Material nature. And because of the material nature, we are seeing that the brain can be deformed, distorted, right? We are also seeing now that intelligence has a totally opposite nature. Because intelligence understands, so it will also understand all the deformations that is happening. So right now, intelligence is that which is beyond all deformation, which understands even deformations. Intelligence is that which is beyond all deformations. It in fact understands all deformations. All deformations.
सर रोबोट में भी तो प्रोग्राम किए जा सकते हैं सारे रोबोट,
जैसे आपने बोला
ये भी रोबोट सब इसमें प्रोग्राम किए जा सकते
बिल्कुल। पर क्या रोबोट कभी ये समझ पाएगा कि वो प्रोग्राम है?
हैं सर।
क्या कोई भी रोबोट, no discussion please, this is a very important question that is asked. Can any robot ever go beyond its programming? तुम रोबोट के मालिक हो, तुमने उसको डिजाइन किया है एक पर्टिकुलर तरीके से एक पर्टिकुलर काम करने के लिए, राइट? Can the robot of its own free will, and that free will comes from intelligence, can the robot of its own intelligence decide to go beyond its programming?
सर आपने पर्टिकुलर के लिए लिखा, आपने कहा कि ऐसा एडवांस रोबोट बनाया जाए जो मतलब हर चीज कर सके।
मैं कह रहा हूँ आज से 500 साल बाद का रोबो, क्या तुम कोई रोबो ऐसा डिजाइन कर सकते हो जो वो कुछ ऐसा करने लगे जिसके लिए तुमने उसको डिजाइन ही नहीं किया है? कर सकता है? Can it decide? Wait, can it decide that it is now free of its programming and will now act out of its own free will? We have seen a lot of that in science fiction. We have seen that in science fiction. But can that really happen? Can a robot?
Sir,
No.
the intelligence past experiences in the
No, not at all. Not at all. Because it looks at the past experiences. Getting it? So you see, every moment, the question is, does intelligence come from past experiences? Then it's self-evident that because everything that is happening to you is always happening for the first time. For example, how many of you have heard to me earlier? How many of you have been through this moment earlier? How many of you? Now if intelligence were to come from past, then it would be impossible for you to live through this moment or understand this moment. क्योंकि जिंदगी में जो भी हो रहा है वो लगातार नया है। अगर इंटेलिजेंस पास्ट से आती होती तो उसका सीधा प्रूफ ये है कि अभी जो कुछ हो रहा है आप उसको समझ नहीं सकते थे, क्योंकि ये तो पूरी तरह से फ्रेश एक्सपीरियंस है। मैंने कुछ बातें हो सकता है आपसे ऐसी भी जो आपने आज पहली बार सुनी है ऐसी बातें कुछ पहली बार, कुछ लोगों ने एक या दो बातें ऐसा हुआ है। अगर इंटेलिजेंस पास्ट की मोहताज होती तो ये बातें फिर आप समझ ही नहीं सकते थे।
सर पास्ट में इंग्लिश सीखी है तभी तो आपकी लैंग्वेज समझ में आ रही है।
पास्ट में क्या सीखी है?
इंग्लिश सीखी है तभी तो आपकी लैंग्वेज समझ में आ रही है।
लैंग्वेज, हाँ निश्चित रूप से लैंग्वेज पास्ट से आएगी, बिकॉज़ लैंग्वेज इज डेटा, बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग डज नॉट कम फ्रॉम द पास्ट। यू आर वेरी राइट। लैंग्वेज विल नेसेसरली कम फ्रॉम द पास्ट, but not understanding. You see, let me give you an example. You can have voice decoders. आज भी मार्केट में इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स अवेलेबल हैं जिससे अगर आप एक भाषा में बात करो तो वो उसको कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं दूसरी भाषा में। आप ये जानते हैं?
Yes, sir.
But do they really understand what is being said? Now do you know what is understanding? They can be programmed to decode one language and they can also be beautifully programmed to convert it into another language. But do they understand what is being said? Now their language and all related information can surely come from the past and they can be programmed to have that. But that understanding cannot come.
The word is never said in that language. तो word particular experience past में जाते हैं। जैसे you just said something happened there.
Yes,
तो
yes.
particular experience.
Yes, sure, for sure. No, that is not intelligence. That is not at all intelligence. That language surely comes from the past. That's what we are saying. That you can have a machine that can be programmed to translate an English statement into a Hindi statement. But does that mean it will start understanding what is being said? Do you not know understanding? Are you understanding? No. एक मशीन है जो इंग्लिश के स्टेटमेंट को हिंदी में कन्वर्ट कर रही है, ठीक है? और दूसरी ओर आप भी बैठे हुए हो जो इंग्लिश के स्टेटमेंट को हिंदी में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो और मैं आपके सामने हूं, मैं आपको इंग्लिश के स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहा हूं। आप इंग्लिश का स्टेटमेंट हिंदी में कन्वर्ट करते हो और एक मशीन इंग्लिश का स्टेटमेंट हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करती है। इन दोनों प्रोसेसेस में जो अंतर है वो अंतर अंडरस्टैंडिंग कहलाता है। आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल। आप बैठे हो, मशीन बैठी है, मैं वहां से चिल्ला के कहूंगा उठ बेटा भाग, यहां आग लगी है, तो आप उठ के भाग दोगे और मशीन कहेगी सन राइज एंड गो, देयर इज अ फायर हियर। नॉट यू नो व्हाट इज मेंट बाय अंडरस्टैंडिंग। मैं वहां से चिल्लाऊंगा, यहां पर आप खड़े हो और यहां पर मशीन है जो इंग्लिश को हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट कर रही है और इस कमरे में आग लग जाती है और मैं वहां से चिल्लाता हूं बेटा उठ भाग, कमरे में आग लग गई है। तो आप उठोगे और भाग दोगे और मशीन पलट के बोलेगी सन गेट अप एंड रन अवे फ्रॉम हियर, देयर इज अ फायर इन दिस रूम, और बैठी रहेगी। ये मतलब अंदर समझ में आ रहा है अंडरस्टैंडिंग में और लैंग्वेज को पास्ट से लेने में। Do you see this? Now, the human mind is now caught between two opposites. The brain, which is totally material and like this fan, totally like this fan, उसको आप पूरे तरीके से प्रोग्राम कर सकते हो। इनफैक्ट प्रोग्रामिंग के अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं। इस ब्रेन में पूरी प्रोग्रामिंग भरी हुई है। इसको पता है कि दिल को कितनी बार धड़काना है और किस स्थिति में दिल की धड़कन कम कर देनी है, बढ़ा देनी है। इसको पता है खाना कैसे बचाना है। इसको पता है कि जब बॉडी थक जाए तो नींद का सिग्नल कैसे देना है। इसको ये भी पता है कि शरीर में कहीं चोट लग जाए तो उसे क्योर कैसे करना है। इसके भीतर पूरी प्रोग्रामिंग है, ये सब कुछ जानता है। प्रोग्राम है, लेकिन उसमें अंडरस्टैंडिंग वाली कोई बात नहीं है। प्रोग्राम है। एक पागल आदमी भी होता है तो उसके शरीर में प्रक्रियाएं चलती रहती हैं, अंडरस्टैंडिंग की इसमें कोई बात नहीं। दूसरी ओर इंटेलिजेंस है जो सब कुछ समझ सकती है। सब कुछ जान सकती है, लेकिन हमारे साथ एक छोटी सी ट्रेजेडी है, वो ये है कि ब्रेन ऑटोमेटिक है, इसीलिए वो हर समय चलता रहेगा और लगातार अपना काम करता रहता है। जो मैकेनिकल पोर्शन है वो हर समय अपना काम करता रहता है, लेकिन जो इंटेलिजेंस है वो अपना काम तभी कर पाती है जब उसे एक पर्टिकुलर वातावरण दिया जाए। उस वातावरण का नाम होता है अटेंशन। उस वातावरण का नाम होता है अटेंशन। सो राइट डाउन, इंटेलिजेंस ऑपरेट्स ओनली इन एन एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ अटेंशन। Intelligence operates only in an environment of attention. Oh, that is all right. Right. That is an abuse of the word intelligence. You see, we use words in a very loose way. वो intelligence is a purely technical word. Attention नहीं है, it cannot be attentive. Intelligence can function only when there is particular attention. Attention क्या उसमें भी है? आप में से कुछ लोगों ने वर्ड यूज किया था कंडीशनिंग। अब तक समझ में आ गया होगा कंडीशनिंग किसको बोलते हैं? What is conditioning? What is conditioning? हाँ, what is programming? What is condition? The brain being a material object, gets influenced by all the experiences it goes through. This is called conditioning. The brain being a material object, gets influenced by all the experiences that it goes through. This is called conditioning. Alright. Intelligence is that which understands this conditioning. Intelligence is that which understands this conditioning right now. Intelligence is that which understands this conditioning. But only in an environment of attention. Alright? It is obvious now, write down. Obviously, the brain proceeds in very pre-programmed ways. Obviously, the brain proceeds in very pre-programmed ways and can easily be made a fool of. Not O-double-F, alright? Intelligence watches this stupidity of the brain. Intelligence watches this stupidity of the brain, laughs and says neti neti. Now you are getting what neti neti is? Are these two words clear now? Conditioning and neti neti. You see, brain acts in stupid ways. Brain can be made a fool of. Because the brain is just a machine, pre-programmed.